Guten Tag, my name is DMAD, and welcome to the third installment of Painted Dog Outpost. So, I don't know if you noticed, but in previous videos, I don't know if I'm talking too fast. I know I talk fast because I'm trying to fill the runtime. I don't want to, I'm trying to think of things to say and just keep talking. I don't want to, have awkward moments of silence. So, let me know what you think if I'm talking too fast, or maybe if you like me talking fast, because it goes with the fast-paced, video, like the sped up video. But anyways, in this episode, we are working on the mascot animal of Painted Dog Outpost, the painted dog. So yeah, I wanted this to be a real crowd stopper area, or somewhere where the people can come and think, wow, kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Different zoos have different areas kind of dedicated to that, whether it's to one species or a few species, like these big thematic areas that can double as event areas. Or I know with some it's tiger habitats, with some it's elephants. So yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to do here. So what I'm working on with right now is going to be the fence, and this is meant to represent the reducing human-animal conflict out in Africa. One of the main threats to painted dogs and also leopards and cheetahs is conflict with people because they hunt the people's livestock. So that's what this is meant to be. It's just a security fence for communities. And I wanted to add these little lights on the top because so you see I made them red and blue. The point of those lights is they're going to be, they're kind of lined up, so you'll see like a pattern of red and blue. It's not going to be like red, blue. You'll see what I mean here in a sec. But basically, if one of the fences, and it's implied that's electrical, one of the fences is down, then you only see one color. You're supposed to see red and blue. So this was one of the tedious parts, was just lining the fences up. But you can see I do like red, blue, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I thought that'd be kind of a cool display of conservation action and all that. This, I wasn't sure what I was thinking originally. I wanted to have some kind of tower, some kind of thing where you could overlook not only the painted dogs, but also other things. So I don't know if I'll come back to this structure. Well, I'll come back. You'll see that because this gets expanded, but I don't know if I'll come back to the cylinder tower. I wasn't sure why I put the rubble on the bottom. Maybe because of the wood. I don't know. But yeah. So we're adding that in, and then this was the real tedious part. So I'll explain my process as I go. So I wanted to make a rock quarry as like a backdrop, okay? What I like doing when I do my rock work, and if you play Plan Zoo, let me know how you do rock work. I'd be interested to hear your ideas. But I like using the big $30 boulders as like a framework, so you have kind of that area filler, and then using medium and small rocks to what's the word? Add texture, add detail, make it look more natural, make it look like it's not just the same rock copy and pasted. So one thing I know I need to work on is adding different rocks to kind of give it more of a color scheme. Because if you've seen structures like natural rock quarries, you'll notice that they aren't all the same type of rock. Sometimes there's those light brown rocks. Sometimes there's granite or shale or so not silver, but different shades of gray. Sometimes white from geology and all that. I don't know geology, but I do know that not all rocks are painted with that same color. So, but yeah, but I'm adding these different terracing, and one thing I also wanted to do was try and have it extend over to the over the lip of the quarry. So yeah, but one thing, the original plan for this first terrace was that it was going to be implied that keepers could walk up there, and there'd be a deck that came right out into the habitat where keepers could throw food or kind of do presentations and stuff. I never went through with that, but oh well. Anyways, I'm also, so let's see, I'm adding the rest of the walkway, or not walkway, the rest of the fencing in front of the walkway. So keep it that distance so that people don't accidentally touch the fence. Yeah, I know words. I'm a professional. But yeah, just adding it into the rocks. And then, yeah, one idea I had is I wanted to divide this up into two separate areas so that you could have two different packs of painted dogs. I decided against that. I just want one big area. So now this space, this is going to be the keeper area. So I expand the tower out into the, well, you'll see. The original idea, and this part was the hardest actually. I know I say something. I've noticed I say something and then I go on a side tangent. If you ask anyone in my family, they're used to it. Like they know that's how I am. But anyways, this was the hard part, was trying to match, like get the pathway and the structures, like everything line up so I could make a real nice outer construction. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the original plan was to make this based on a European fort. So back in the day when Europe had colonies in Africa, like French, German, English colonies, all that. I wanted to make it based off of a fort. So I thought that'd be kind of a piece of history. I don't know if I did that or not. Like, I forgot about it, so I don't know if this resembles a fort. Well, no, it doesn't because I have a roof, but I did want to have a similar, what's the word, scheme to the tower. So, but yeah, I add the keeper area into the fence, or into the habitat itself. So I really should have, because I've worked at zoos that have painted dogs, and they're like, I don't want to say one of the most feared, but it's like they're the kind of animal where you'd rather a lion get out. And I don't want to say that zoos want animals to get out. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically they're really successful hunters. So if I wanted to go with realism, which, I mean, you literally have keepers in the zoo, in Planet Zoo, going in with with all the dangerous carnivores in the game. So, and what I'm saying is I should have done like a double lock kind of thing. Just kind of getting rid of some of the rubble in there. But yeah, so this was my attempt at trying to make connect the main building to the tower. I didn't really worry too much about the interior, as long as it was functional. It would also be an area for like behind the scenes tours and all that. This was the difficult part for me because I forgot to flatten out the flooring. So yeah. And then this was kind of like a bumper, like a keep the dogs from digging under the structure is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I got that bulge there from the habitat, or from the pathway, so I just leave it. It doesn't matter too much because it's not going to be featured as much as the rest of the outdoor section. So yeah, but now I'm working on the guest area. So I don't know why I switched to the the aquatics pack rocks. I just thought that they looked a little more visually appealing, but it's kind of just little barricades, areas to keep people like from going down to the fencing. So yeah, just kind of little safeguards. So yeah, adding these rocks everywhere. And like I said, this is going to be an area that is meant to have big receptions and events and all that. So don't know why I put so many bathrooms in this area, but who knows. Oh yeah, and so I'm adding these mud things to try and make them, like the mud walls and the thatch, try and make them look like a traditional African, what are they called? Rhombas, I think? Bombas? I have to look it up. I'll show it on screen here pretty quick, but I wanted to have the painted dogs in like I do. I put them in like similar themed things, so it tries and matches the aesthetic. So you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, and adding more of those rocks, because this area right here that I'm working on is gonna be like the talking about the painted dogs, their enrichment and that stuff. This, and after a bit of a long process of trying to find painted dog themed decoration, I couldn't. So I just put a wolves. So that little area with the jeeps is meant to represent like ecotourism. This is your event info center that'll have like yeah, I accidentally skipped a part, but like it'll have your info on the painted dogs, and if there's an event, that's where people can have check-in and all that. So yeah, adding some decoration and education stuff to the boardwalk, ecotourism, adding just as many paths as I can, not really making it very symmetrical, linear, whatever you want to call it, and then adding a bunch of vegetation. So I had fun with the vegetation. This part cracks me up. So I wanted to have the little signs that say restrooms are that way, food and drink is that way, the painted dogs are this way. I accidentally put the signs on upside down, so that was just an annoyance in the moment, I should say. So yeah, I know I said I wanted to do a lot more custom build stuff, but I didn't want to build a food and water station, so I just used one of the pre-made shells. So yeah, adding a few picnic tables, benches, and there we go, the trash cans. Lots of trash cans. Yeah, adding a generator, so see, I even do little theme stuff, so like trying to do reintroduction and reforestation, ecotourism, all that. Adding more gardens and all that. So this, that, and the other. I say all that a lot, don't I? This thing I want to do is I want to make a little, I wanted to try and make a little display box, which I do. Like, I make it. It was just kind of fun to learn the process. So, adding the glass panel, doing that. Adding a different type of wood than the palette, but that's alright. So, this is just meant to show some of the enrichment we do, how we can use dog toys, or, what's the word, like boxes, like reused cardboard boxes. But anyways, here's the one of the homes for the painted dogs. I get two, or I made two for them. So I guess maybe I was still thinking of doing two different habitats, but again, I decided against it. So adding plenty of bedding, adding food. You notice that there's one big food area and a bunch of little ones. That's to try and like imply that like you put food out and the painted dogs have to look for it. All right. So yeah, I put some reeds around it. Try and make the dogs work and perform natural behaviors is what I'm trying to do. So yeah, adding some rocks, trying to break up the landscape a little. I think I was thinking of Pride Rock when I did that from Lion King, but adding more rocky outcrops and stuff. And then I tried and did more vegetation around the rocks, because, you know, the painted dogs would be walking in between, so they wouldn't be walking right up against them. So, yeah, adding kind of little brush areas, or grassy areas. Yeah, don't know what much else to say. Oh, one thing I tried to do, which I kind of failed at it, but I wanted to try and simulate pathways, but I had varied the landscape too much that I couldn't make it look like there was a trail. So, but yeah, unlike the other videos, I do think I'll have some B-roll. So, but yeah, hiring staff. Oh, and this was the first area where I want to have a dedicated team for the painted dogs. Okay, so all this, they'll have the event team, the caretakers, the mechanic. But yeah, with that, I think we're done here. In the next episode, we're going to be redoing the Porcupine and main plaza area, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as well as following us on our other social media platforms, following us on the main channel, and share this video out to anyone who likes Planet Zoo builds, painted dogs, or just video games and zoos in general. Thank you all for watching, and remember, always save your progress, do right by your fellow artists, and inspire and create. For your life is an open world, and you have the controller. Auf Wiedersehen!